you know, there's Unique Mech Audio, man. I'm sitting here with Jim Jones, man. I went in, and when I went in, you know, we had Love Bug, Starsky, Star Child, Kid Capri, Double
Yeah.
J, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Ron G,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We had our little thing going, but you
Yeah.
know, when I went in, it turned to the next level because Puffy, like I'm gonna give you one. I was in Howard with Puffy when he was down there. I was hustling in Southeast DC, right? When he was throwing the parties over there on Georgia Avenue, right up the street from the McDonald's by the Howard, I used to bring all the homies from Southeast, you know, Northwest, you know, and bring them up there to his joint. And that's what blew it up when he had Kid Capri DJing up there. Before Kid Capri really got a name in New York. I was with him last week, you know what I mean, over the
Shouts to
weekend.
Kid,
You know,
yeah.
but that's how that history went with them. And, you know, that went on, and then I got locked up, and then the rap scene came out because Diddy, when he had the joint down there, and he came up the City College situation that happened, and then after that, then you know he became the intern. Then I got locked up when he became the intern, and when I got locked up, you know he got fired, and then he got picked up by Arista. You know, and Harlem was like on a rise when he was in there, so that's why I don't really understand why people is so mad at him when that point in time, what I remembered from on the inside, I might be wrong, you know what I mean? He really put Harlem on the map, you know what I mean? Even though he was from Mount Vernon.
I mean, I can't say this. Every king has his glory, my brother. You know what I mean? I don't speak on nobody's situation, but I can't say this. The game has took all type of twists and turns and has evolved tremendously since the days that you was outside and doing the Club 2000 thing and the Mecca Audio sensation and all that. But things like that are the grassroots foundation to a lot of the music and the artists that came out of Harlem. It was the tempo that you was feeding us from youngsters, and it was just kind of like theme music to what was going on. It was like the pinnacle of what we would hear in the streets and shit like that. So moving forward and things like that, you know, you always had some subconscious feeling of something you had to keep in mind in Harlem and things like that, and that was always a tradition. But as moving forward, we did nothing different than anybody else did. We tried our hand at everything. We were just good at music, and we was good at music at the right time, and the right things connected at the right time, and we ended up being successful at it. But by no means, it wasn't easy, but the journey was one of the greatest journeys ever. It was something that I never forget, and I'm glad that we were able to take that journey on. I've seen a lot of my time. I made shitloads of money. I'm not mad at all. Kids from Harlem that had nothing. I mean, really nothing. We all came from different parts and things like that, but all our story was the same and shit like that. We came from the dirt. Nobody had a silver spoon in their mouth. We all had to hustle and dibble and dabble coming up, and we definitely experienced life, and we just put it in our music as we were experiencing it. For a long time, a lot of us had one foot in and one foot out, as far as the music in the streets. And when you're young and you that successful and you don't understand the influence you have, and you're more concerned about the thrill and adrenaline you get from the street than the actual game. I mean, well, for us from Harlem, that's how it was. It's just something about the streets of Harlem and the activity that went on that had us hypnotized for a long time until we learned the lesson about who we really was. And that took us running into the wall and taking a lot of losses. You know what I mean? But it was all part of the journey.
But it was a pleasure. I sat on the inside and I watched your rise. I didn't even hear none of your music, to be honest, until, and you tell me when you came out. When I first heard it was 2005, end of 2005.
Well,
When y'all had Dipset Radio was rocking on all the radio stations, because I came up through Otisville
my
in the
first
feds.
album was 2004. That was my first solo album. I was doing music though, not as much as Cam and Joel's was, but I was on every album. And then I really started doing music when we got the Diplomat deal and did a Diplomat album. And then from there, I was able to start on my own solo career, and I put out my first album in 2004. So 2005 was right. It's about the beginning of
Yeah,
my
but what
career.
I'm saying, that Dipset radio had New York on smash. I came up through Otisville from
Shouts to Duke the God.
there you go, from Lee County, Virginia. I came up to Otisville from there. And when I got up in that joint, it was like Dipset radio, Dipset, everything was Dipset the whole
Yeah,
damn
we
night.
had a we had a
And
cho-
everybody hanging antennas out the window to listen to it.
we had a chokehold on shit when we was running. I can't say that.
Yeah, y'all definitely represented. Then when I went back out west, they was playing y'all out there big time.
Yeah,
You know?
a lot of my music reflected the West Coast culture. You know, all the gang banging and all the gang culture and shit like that. You know, that's real big out there in the West. So you know, it kind of connected. I did I had to put a lot of work in as far as see, when you talk about gang culture, people might, at that time, it was a whole different life I was living, but not to prove to them, but it was kind of a whole East Coast, West Coast thing with the Bloods, or how we was fake Bloods and all that at the time. So it was a lot of work I put in when it came to that whole gang culture, going back and forth to the West Coast and showing niggas that we all pretty much in the same boat, killing each other. You heard?
For nothing. Because I was out
Nothing.
west
As you
and
look at it now, but back then, when I was younger, you know what I mean? It meant everything to me. You're not saying it doesn't mean everything to me now. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
yeah. But that's definitely deep though, because you know, we elevate, man. So as we elevate, we try and take the younger ones instead of having them follow in our footsteps. If we know better now, we got to tell them better now.
100%.
We know better now.
100%. But I built a bridge
You
through
know?
all of the things we went through to back and forth with the West Coast, and end up building an incredible bridge that serves a purpose till this day and shit like that, as far as East Coast and West Coast brothers getting along in one accord.
And that's what it's about, because I'm telling you, I was in Lewisburg. They had one blood and one Crip on the compound together, and all I knew about gangbanging at that time, to sound naive, I keep it 100 on my show. First of all I knew about was Colors. That's the only thing I knew about gangs when I got locked up with the movie Colors. Yeah, that's how long I've been locked up, from 1993.
Shit, for a long time, that's all we pretty much knew about it was what we saw on the West Coast, the movies, Boys in the Hood, Men's Society, Colors, all of the movies was what.
But that's all I knew about gangs, is what they showed me in Colors.
Until that shit hit the East Coast
Yeah.
hard.
See, at that time, I was in Colorado, ADX Underground. I was getting the Daily News newspaper, and I was seeing that Bloods was emerging on the subway, and you know they was making it like it was an invasion. You know how they blow it out.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I can't say that. It was a hell of a time. It was a hell of a time.
But now that we evolved, that's why our purpose is to let them know that it's not worth it.
It's definitely not worth it.
You know, you can
It's
live
definitely not
through
worth
our
it.
mistakes to
It's definitely not
understand that
worth
it
it.
ain't worth it. That's what the
And
whole
I always like to stress, like, you know, being part of a gang is not a bad thing. It's what you do as being a part as a gang when it's bad is a bad thing. You heard? Like, if you're a group of strong individuals that's getting together to uplift each other, which is all about. You heard? It's supposed to be that. You dig? So we going in that accord, then there's nothing wrong with us sticking together and pushing one line to a better cause and shit like that. But it doesn't go like that. We all know that. So, you know, until that day comes, we still pushing forward. People like myself will always go for the positive route. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through all the negative in my life. I've seen a lot of negative. So it joys me to be able to talk positivity and always seek out good energy when I'm outside, and try to stay away from negative things that I once used to involve myself in.
So, man, I mean, what were some of the issues you had coming up in the rap game with all those different rappers that came up during the 90s, 2005 by the time you did it?
I didn't really have no issues. I was given a lot of issues.
Oh, boy.
Not to be like that. I was a little high running around. We was pretty successful from the get-go. We went through the ups and downs of the games. Cam ended up losing a big deal in the very early point of his career and shit like that. That was like when he was at Sony. That was like the bit of reality check for us. That was a bit of us having to go back to the street for a couple of years. And I mean, we all went back to the street and did what we all know how to do best, and that was hustle and shit like that. And God still had his hand on us, and by the grace of God, can't end up getting back into a situation through Dame and Rockefeller and the Paid in Full movies that end up happening. And that was like our resurgence and our reacclimation to the game and shit like that. Right before that, we was definitely out on the street getting money the way we knew how.
So are y'all together now?
As far as what?
As far as like y'all gonna perform and tour, and I want to see y'all perform. I didn't get to see it.
I would love to too.
That's why I'm asking. Like,
we,
you know,
right now we not performing and touring right now. See, Cam got his television show, so I think he's very much vested inside his show and shit like that. But if the opportunity comes about and is worth it, I do believe that we will always definitely.
Look, I'm just coming home, man, and I'm just walking into this world, and I'm seeing this for what it is. Y'all had this shit in a chokehold. You start doing a tour, a Dipset tour. You know what that'll do in America alone? A Dipset tour. Come on, man. Y'all was the greatest during that era, man. The greatest.
It ain't too late.
No, I'm saying y'all really need to look into that. That's where that bag at right now for you. Your time is now. Y'all come out right now because they got a lot of good talent out here. Them young boys over there killing in the Midwest. You know, y'all come back and represent that again. Right now is the time. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? If I had the bag, I'll put the bag on y'all right now and take you right out on tour. If I had the bag to do it, I'll take y'all on tour. That's how much I got faith in that. That'll crush it.
I respect that.
That'll crush it, man, because Cam, you know, y'all together was fire.
Yep.
Jewels, come on, man. I used to watch the Love and Hip Hop, you know, for a minute, Joy. Tell me about Love and Hip Hop. Was any of that real or is that fake? Oh, y'all say your clause, you can't say nothing.
Nah, I didn't have no clause. I created the whole show. The whole show was my premise. That was my creation. That was a lot of the frustrations that we had when we were doing the show, is to maintain our integrity on the show. And they had a lot of things, exploitation type of shit they was trying to do, and we wasn't really for it. That's why we ended up leaving off the show and shit like that, because it wasn't really, at that time, it wasn't for us. And you know how it be, you know what I mean? But it definitely was a dope platform. As I see, it's helped so many people make shitloads of money, so I'm not mad at all. I see I've done something that ended up being, it's still on TV right now, and they got 9, 10 of them. They got Hawaii, Love and Hip Hop, Detroit, Love and Hip Hop, you know what I mean? Afghanistan, Love and Hip Hop. You name it, they got it. So
do you know that in prison, that came on Monday nights? Every Monday night, everybody, black, Spanish, everybody's around the TV for any Love and Hip Hop, wherever the hell they at, like you said. All California with the Tierra Marie. I used to watch all that every Monday night. Dude got popcorn, a big thing of Kool-Aid with nothing but sugar. You know, feel like you're in the projects again.
Yeah.
You know, watching that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What I noticed is that the women got real disrespectful since I've been gone. Like they lost respect for the men. The way I see them treat them on that Love and Hip Hop and all that from sitting in the prison, that's how it looked to me. Explain that.
I can't explain. I can't explain no woman activity. I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit that I can't explain that's going on nowadays. It's not like how it used to be and shit like that. It wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. This is like a culture shock to me to come back here and see the way the women is treating the men.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of shit that you're gonna be culture shocked of. There's a lot of things that are different out here, way different than when you was out here.
But what I'm saying, I mean, it's like can't even phantom it. I can't even. I never even pictured it. You know what I mean? I never pictured it. Certain things I just never pictured ever happening. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I went in a stand-up man, and then to come out where, you know, they got an attitude because you would stand up. Never did we phantom no shit like that. We felt like we was going away like to war when we took our life sentences in the 90s. We walked away like kings off of this planet. When we walked in that federal system, we went as kings, man. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, we were sacrificed, you know, and we felt like, you know, this is how it is. And then over this 30 years, it evolved into, you know, I'm the bad guy, you know, for not telling.
Oh, I mean, bro, that whole, it's bro, I'm tired of the whole snitching and people talk about who's telling and just telling and I just feel like
Like I always
everybody is
say,
telling, bro. If you're telling about somebody telling you telling too, you too vested in another man's crime than more than anything. And that's what I see going on a lot. And I don't understand that because another man problems is another man problems. There's people too much worried about what another man's going to and highlighting and inadvertently helping them boys to go, like it's just a lot of wild shit going on and shit like that. It wasn't so when we was young, so I try to stay as quiet as I can. Like I told you when I met you, bro, you won't find my name on no black and white. I'm that official, like a ref with a whistle. Like this shit is serious. You heard?
you
Like
heard right from Jim Jones,
no
yo.
matter what
Like you said,
anybody
you
talk
already know
about,
the
you heard?
black or white is what stamp it.
What I see a lot of times is a lot of these niggas never did crimes, right? And then most of the niggas that did crimes couldn't afford a lawyer. They don't know what the privilege of a lawyer brings you. Most of these niggas just yapping their gums ass backwards and didn't do certain things, and that's why they find themselves in certain positions and shit like that. I came from a different spot where he taught me certain shit that I was, and that's all I ask and shit like that. You dig? But as me talking on people and shit like that, I tend to stay out of that. I'm in a
As I
place
do.
where that shit is beneath me, serves me no purpose, it don't make me no money. Me saying other niggas' name, give them more hype. Like I ain't with none of that type of shit. I'm living a life where I'm in a good space. My family in a good space. You heard? I just was down bad. You heard? And God is good. I can't tell you that and shit like that. So I try to stay away from a lot of shit, like all the shit that people see on the gram and shit like that. That shit don't bother me, man. You know, I got this thing where I say when you learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, it's one thing. But the power in that is when that uncomfortable turns into a comfortable, then it becomes a problem. You heard? And these are some of the mantras that I live by and shit like that. You dig? And a lot of people won't understand that and shit like that. That's why a lot of people don't understand me, but I'm a man's man by all means. I can't tell you that and shit like that. And anybody that knows me will tell you that. I stand on business as they say. You heard? I always have.
And that's what it's about, man. But you know, I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all really held it down for Harlem, man. Like I said, I traveled around this country in them federal prisons, and everywhere I go, they was rocking to y'all, man. And but that made us feel good to know, you know, to be able to say Harlem, you know.
We took Harlem around the world with us. That was part of our plan. That was part of the blueprint. Was to let them see what Harlem was all about. And we embody that in every which way you could imagine. And through our music, through our fashion, through our aura, through the way we walk, through the way we talk, how people seeing us, like everything was purposely done so people would get a glimpse of what Harlem was. That's what the diplomats represented, the Harlem diplomats. Like everything was about.
So how did y'all come together though?
Organically, God don't make mistakes. I met Cam when he was 12, 13. He ended up moving by his grandmother's crib. That led through to a great relationship. Cam met Joel's through one of the friends we all grew up with, Zeke. I known Zeke since I was like 10, 11 in summer school, running around Harlem acting crazy and shit like that. So it was pretty much all the organic connection, and everybody else that moved with us was in the same route and shit like that. We took everybody with us that we thought could fit the position of helping us get to where we had to go. And most of the people were people that were from Harlem, and, you know, as
But how did y'all feel as a unit when you made it and now you could walk around with 10,000 cash in your pocket, getting legal and you're touring and getting paid to get on that? How did that hype feel for you coming out of Harlem? Give them that feeling, the initial feeling.
I can't really explain that feeling. Oh man, I know I cried when I first made my first $1 million. That was like an incredible feeling. Even though I blew it just as fast as I made it. I made it pretty quick, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just the feeling of having money and doing things you couldn't imagine, and knowing your family ain't gotta worry about nothing, buy what you want. Like that feeling is incredible, especially at a young age, and the power comes with that. A lot of that shit you get blinded by. Shit, I've been broke plenty of times because I didn't take heed to what was in front of me. You know what I mean? A lot of lessons that God was showing me. I tell the people all this time that making money and making business is two different things. This game showed me how to make money. One thing about making money, you're gonna spend that money. You heard?
Yeah.
Once I figured out how to make business, I know that business is gonna make me money, so I can spend as much money as I want to, as long as I keep making business. Just a little shit like that that I had to learn coming up in this game and shit like that. And all them thrills turn into chills. You heard? I can't say that. A lot of lessons was learned through money. A lot of lessons was learned through money and my friends. When you hit rock bottom, you really see who's there for you. You heard? You
You
did?
know, I know.
Let me say when everybody walk out, a true friend walks in, and I can't say too many people walked in. You heard? Like it just be like that, and I learned a lot of cold lessons with having shitloads of money and thinking.
All right, so how did you meet the love of your life? How did you meet Chrissy?
I met her in Miami. I mean, I knew her vaguely through being in Harlem and through the years and shit like that, but never had no real communication, nothing with her. But in Miami, I met in Miami 20 years ago, partying with my man Zoe, and shit, I never met her. I never left her from the day that I met her.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
You know what I mean? She's a strong woman, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She helped me through a lot of cold nights. I mean, she was a true friend indeed that came in when nobody else was there. You know what I mean? So for her, I try to give her the world and whatever she wants. I try to make sure she gets it. Not saying that material is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I like that.
it does make people
See, I just
smile.
wanted to end it on a little love story. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
got his life
it's
together,
a
man.
Harlem love story.
You know, there you go, Harlem love story. You know,
Yeah.
when y'all putting the movie out,
Oh shit.
huh? Yeah, you like that.
Harlem need a lot. I was just talking to Craze the other day. We just talking about a lot of shit, going like all the old stories, and just telling me a lot of different things that I didn't know that I wasn't privy to and shit like that
You
about.
talking about Crave with the one leg?
Yeah,
Oh, that's family.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's family. Yeah.
We was just talking about, but I was just like, yo, it's time to really put Harlem on the screen in a dope way and shit like that. So this is something that we all got to band together and kind of figure it out, because it's not too many of y'all left that really could tell the story before we get to tell our story.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You see how they doing the Bumpy Johnson and all that type of shit. But right after that comes a whole different world of Harlem now. I mean, people need to see and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Lou Sim said to tell you what's up too, man, because he
Lou I
wanted to
said
come
what's
sit
up.
down with us too, but he had to get back.
Tell Lou I said what's up.
You know, so you know
y'all
when he
niggas
come
was
on.
outside, like I said a little bit before me, but I was outside, but not outside like y'all. You know what I mean? So, you know, I tip my hat to y'all. I tip my hat to anybody that went in, did their time, and came out, man. It's commendable and shit like that. I mean, we don't see that too often. Nowadays, there's still a few of us out there left that really stand up tall, and you know what I mean? But for the most part, my brother.
But you know, when you had something, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to get it back. Like you said, you spent that million that quick and then made back two that quick. You know what I mean?
I made a lot of times money too.
You know, there you go. You know,
but God is good, man. God is good,
there
man.
you go.
God is good, man. It feels good sitting here next to you, man. You're a true Harlem legend and shit like that, man. Like I told you, man. I done heard a lot of stories, man. That's when I used to live on First Avenue and shit like that, and people come back talking about the music chants and all that shit that was going on in the club and shit like that. Like, bro, real dope shit, man. Real dope shit. That was, then right after that was like my first, we was going in the club since we was like 14, 15 and shit like that, we started really trying to get to the rink and all them type of spots.
Ooh, the
and shit
rink
like
out in
that.
Jersey, yeah, Bergenfield.
We was young and bad, you know. Harlem was, you know, niggas sell a little crack, get a little sneakers, put a little cab on
Little
home.
54
You
levels to
heard,
lock a
you
female
shit like
in,
that. You heard?
you know?
The door thought we was grown and shit like that. So I got to watch a hell of an era though. So, you know, I've been outside watching this shit since the mid '80s when I was younger. You know what I mean? Participating since the '90s and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm a real historian when it comes to streets and a lot of the elements and things that come with it, and from the hustlers in the game and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that used to was a heavier law for me when I was younger and shit like that. That was like the end all be all for us. Like, oh, like we gotta get that like that nigga. Oh, that nigga just came through with the band. We gotta get the they're like EJ, like Harlem shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you already know?
Yeah, man.
They got something at the Apollo. Everybody run down to Dapper Dan and put them on the
See,
press.
I ain't gonna lie,
you know?
I ain't get to the dap and all that. I just missed the dap. But you know, a couple of my friends, they used to get the dap kids, and moms was hustling and shit like that. My mom's in them, it was from the dirt.
That was the greatest era, man. To be able to put on a Dapper Dan suit.
Nah, bro, I used to watch. I used to watch, bro. We used to dream about being able to have on Dap velour shit with the Nike puffy shit,
you know,
or with the MCM with the big puffy in the back with the name on the top in gold and shit like that. Niggas come with the little MCM print with the big gold strip up the side. Niggas bouncing through what?
And you know, bro, I still got my jackets.
That's crazy.
If you want to use the video, I
just need to be in like a museum somewhere. Like you need to call like Drake or one of them that's building these hip hop museums and really give niggas that action. Cause them, bro, that niggas used to, bro, they, like we was young. The way we felt about seeing a nigga in Dap was like, oh my God, this nigga got on a Dap suit. Like what? Niggas used to come through with the big pockets bulging, $10 and $5 bills falling out. It wasn't no dubs and hundreds back then. Niggas had $10s and $5 bills busting out the pockets. 4,000 or 5,000, you heard? They used to stuff that shit. My uncle and them used to stuff that shit in the glove box. It'd be 11,000 and it looking like 120,000 all stuffed in the glove box. Like, yo, bro, you heard? All crack money. Oh, yo, bro.
Oh man, you hit me with that one, yo. Because you know, 100,000 was a lot of money back then. You know what I mean? Nigga rich, he made 100,000. If a nigga said he had 100,000, you say that nigga rich. That nigga made it. That nigga like the Jeffersons. He moving on up. You know what I mean? 100,000.
Yeah, man.
Now nigga spend it like that. He wearing that on his wrist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit going to the mall, bro. I promise you, that shit going. I'm shit, man. 100,000, like 10,000 right now, bro. You heard? $1 million is damn near like the new 100,000. You gotta get your bread right now, bro. Like, it's kind of scary out here. The way this shit is moving with inflation, the way technology is moving, the way society is moving and shit like that. Like, it's finna be a big separation, bro. I ain't too much into all that other shit like that, but common sense could tell you, nigga. And if you got eyes, you can see, nigga. And if you a little smart, you could tell, nigga, sooner or later, nigga, if you ain't got enough money, you just ain't got enough money. You ain't gonna make it, my nigga. You heard? It's gonna be like that. You heard? Like, it ain't gonna be no in between. It ain't gonna be no working class.
It's gonna be us and them.
Exactly. So whatever you need to do, I don't care how you do it, get that bread and stack that shit as high as the ceiling, my brother. We entering different times and shit like that. Don't be fooled by what you see on the cameras. Don't be fooled by what you see these rappers do. Let them niggas blow the bag. That's what they do. That's entertainment, nigga. You stack yours, my nigga. You heard? Fuck these bitches, nigga. You heard? Cause they gonna fuck anyway, nigga. As long as you got the money, they don't even care what you got on, nigga. As long as they know you got the bag, nigga, they gonna fuck anyway. You don't need a chain. You don't need a watch. You don't need nothing. It's stacked this season time, bro. You heard? Like, stack that shit, bro, as much as you can. If you could take 2 months out and motherfucking wear 4 outfits for them 2 months and then stack every dollar you can, do that shit starting today, bro. Promise you, bro. You're gonna thank me later, nigga, and keep doing that shit, because it's about to get cold outside, bro. Niggas worrying about the summer, nigga. You heard? When it's really about to get cold. For real, man. I don't even want to start, you heard, but stack your bread. You heard? Get on top of your game,
you on point, because that's what the whole thing is about. You know what I mean? If you don't own a mailbox, you know what I mean, in America or somewhere, you know, you don't exist.
Word. Get you some credit.
You gotta have a mailbox.
Get you some credit, you heard? get you some credit, my nigga. I don't care what you do. It's the easiest thing in the world out here to get credit right now. You heard? Like, prepare yourself for the unexpected, my nigga. You heard? You rather blow their money than your money, my nigga. I can't tell you that. You heard? And that's what credit provides, bro. You figure it out from there. Don't say I told you so. You heard? You smell me? Like, let's get right, people. Let's kind of flip the switch a little bit. You heard? Let's not be so simple out here. You heard? Like, we could all have fun and party and shit like that, but we can make sure we're doing the right things and take care of ourselves at the same time. You heard? My word. I don't mean to be preaching out here and shit like that. I don't even know all that came about, but you know, it's all good.
Nah, cause we vibing, you know what I mean? This how we ride, man. This how we ride at the Mecca. You know what I mean? We just ride. You know, like you put a Brucey B tape in it, ride that for 20 minutes, pull it out, put a doo-wop tape in, pull it out, put a Ron G tape in, you know what I mean? And we going down the highway with 20 keys in the trunk, nigga. You know what I mean? Dropping 10 off in Philly and 10 off in Maryland, nigga. Tell DC we catch him on the comeback, but we party with DC that night. You know what I mean?
When we was younger, we didn't. They made it seem like you was like a party promoter, but the Club 2000. We was young. We just thought niggas was a party. We didn't know you was getting no bread and all that shit.
Come on, son.
Well, I learned that as I got older.
Yeah, you already know, but that's but that when you get to that status, that's how we tried to stay in the back. But they had two things before my era, and definitely before your era. You had like, you know, the Bat Ross, and then you had like the Frank Lucas. You know what I mean? The ones that stayed in the back, didn't want to be seen, didn't want to take no pictures, always thought about the feds, and you had the other ones that wanted to floss, and that was like Bat Ross. You know what I mean? And you know, I came up under that era, and then Kevin Childs gravitated towards, you understand, the staying out the camera, laid back, and that's what made us who we are. But at that time, all the kings got along. All the kings got along from the 70s, all the way back, 60s, they always got along. This separation came later on in time, you know, where you can't have, you know, two banging rap groups from the same town. They want to kill each other. You know what I mean? All this craziness going on. That came later. Back then, there could be 10 rap groups getting money. There could be 10 drug dealers. I used to go up on 160th Street. I'd take about 30 keys, 40 keys, go up there on 160th, between Broadway and Amsterdam to show you what real Harlem looked like. And by the time I walk from this corner to that corner, everything is done. And I had to go get 2 cabs to get the money out of there. Because like you said, everything is covered in motherfucking 5s and 10s. You know what I mean? So you talk true money when you speak. You know, but that's how it was back then. You understand? I'm talking about carrying garbage bags. Police took a Mercedes-Benz from me with $1 million in the trunk. I was so pissed off, I never bought another Mercedes again. I hate Mercedes. You couldn't give me a Mercedes. You know what I mean? I lost my first $1 million in a Mercedes, man.
I ain't losing
my first Mercedes.
I ain't losing $1 million, but I got locked up in these same pair of Timbs twice, bro. I never bought them Timbs or brought them Timbs, never ever again, bro. I said, them shits to this day, I see them shits in the sneaker store, like, them shits is booty. Nigga can pay me to wear them shits right there.
You know what I mean?
Shits is bad feet right there. I don't care how good them shits look, you heard?
And that's how I feel about the Benz.
Nah,
you understand what I'm saying?
I understand totally and shit.
They
like
pulled
that.
me over and they asked me 2 questions. They said, yo, you want to go downtown with this money or you want to get up out here? You know what I mean? Yeah, I chose to get out of there and told them the title in the glove box. You know what I mean? Just let me get up out of here.
I've been through a few. I mean, even as a rapper, they like, you know, that money shit is crazy. You going through the airport and they trying to trick you and shit like that. I didn't have to get all banks on the line damn near about my money. Like, man,
get out of here.
Like they not playing with you. You gotta be smart out here with that money. I mean, it's no crime to carry no money, amounts of money on you. I mean, as long as it's your money and shit like that. But it's tricky out here, man. Like the rap game is, they got this shit set up like it's that game. Like, you can see what's going on. Like, it's, I mean, they don't consider us to be entertainers. It seems like they consider us to be other than. You know what I mean? The way that you can see the playing field and shit like that. But we not gonna talk too much about that shit. But you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely switched over. They definitely have a new target. You know what I mean? Like, it was once in your era the drug deal, and now it seems in our era to be the entertainment business.
Yeah, that shit crazy, but you know, times fly, times change, and it evolved, you know?
Shit.
Dipset?
Dipset. I'm just trying to get a bag, have a good time, get out of people's way. You heard? Stack that bread. I'm gonna keep telling niggas that, bro. Niggas
There you
stack
go.
that bread. But I appreciate this conversation, man. It was good, man. You know what I mean? I just wanted to make sure I kept my word with you above all and shit like that.
Yeah,
know
you
what I mean?
did that.
You heard?
Yeah, I still want you to hear this joint though, son.
Definitely,
Yeah, I'm gonna let you hear this joint before I leave. You know,
when you gonna put this out? Like how often do you put your shows out?
about a day or two.
Day too.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get no sleep tonight, so it'll probably be
You
Saturday.
sit there and chop it up in different sections and put it out.
Yeah, because I got some of the footage in there, you know?
And what you got, like a YouTube page, subscription, and all that type of shit?
Yeah.
Pretty dope. How that goes? How that does for you? Pretty good or what?
Yeah, it does good. It pays the bills. You know what I mean? But see, I built my joint. Listen, I built my joint off of not talking negative about nobody.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm on man time.
Nah,
you know, if that's who he is, as long as I know who that is, I'm good. If you sleep good at night, you know what I mean? That's all that matters. I'm not gonna worry about how the next man sleep at night. You know what I mean? And they don't understand
You're not
that.
supposed to, bro. And that's the problem with a lot of people in general, not even male or female. Like there's a lot of that going on. Too many people worrying about what other people doing and shit like that. Not worrying about themselves. I tell people this all the time. Like I never was one to want to fit in. I always wanted to stand out. How else you gonna be seen or how else you gonna be heard and shit like that. But it seems to be a lot of that going on. And from that, that's where we get everybody want to be in everybody's business. Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, as they say, and shit like that.
But see, it's like YouTube made it, you know, affordable to tell a lie, and the more sensational the lie, the more money you get.
That's just social media and period and shit like that. Anytime you see something on camera, it definitely, and not really what you see. What they say, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear is really like that out here. You heard? Like you really need receipts out here before you really could. I mean,
but see, people turn on their joint, and as they turn it on, and they see something on it, they believe it, and they hear a crazy, sensational story, and they run with it. This is what's happening.
Yeah, that's why, you know what I mean? Like, shit, we can't do nothing about that. That's what's going to go on, you know what I mean? And just gotta...
No, but see, I'm just getting into this. See, you walked into it from the MySpace and all that. I used to get that in black and white pictures.
Oh, yeah, this is a whole different world. When you're dealing with social media and the internet and all that, there's no rules, there's no morals, there's no koof, there's no oath, there's nothing that people are holding sacred in that space. You heard? So if you're a person that lives in that space, you're gonna fall for every trick in the book. It's gonna have you so emotional, it might fuck up your day. There's some people that worry so much about what's on the gram or the comments that's on the gram. It dictates their mood and shit like that. Like if you wanted a person like that, then yeah, that shit gonna tear you up and shit like that. But if you use it as a tool to make money like you doing and keeping it positive and doing shit like this, shit, who gives a fuck what they doing out there? You heard? As long as you get into your bag and you carving your lane inside of that big space that's has no ceiling on it and shit like that, where it's very hard for people to carve a lane. Shit, I don't even have a YouTube channel, so that shit is pretty fly that you're able to have this avenue to create revenue for yourself and still pay the bills, and ain't got it. That's an independent way for you to put money in your pocket. It's super dope. When I seen so many people that came home, did less time than you and still can't figure out a loop, and you been home less time than these niggas been home, and these niggas been home for a minute and can't figure out the loop. So that shit is real dope that you're on your team like that. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about that no matter what else going on. And I know it's hard sometimes because you might be used to a certain type of dollar and shit like that, but that shit gonna come. Don't fall for the Oakley dope. You know what I mean? Stay strong.
You don't have to hustle drugs.
Nah, you
That's
don't.
not the
I
only
tell
thing
people that the
you can
only
hustle.
thing, a hustler is not a drug dealer.
Exactly.
I tell people that all the time. That's a big difference. I tell people, I've always been a hustler. You heard? Like, I can sell you anything. You heard? Like, really sell you anything. Like, it's just like, I know how to do that and shit like that. And what's the most lucrative job in the world? Being a what?
What, a preacher? What?
A salesman.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the most lucrative job you could have in the world. If you could sell some shit. You heard?
Yeah.
You can sell a brick, you can sell anything, is what I tell people.
I want to hear this, though.
Home, where you coming from, B? Huh? Yeah, he almost finished. That shit work, yeah.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top Beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rude men.